Alright, words failing me. It's Thursday and I'm trying to get a video out. It's going to be fun to edit, that's for sure. I was deciding whether I tongue this out or Benji. Do you want some? Come here. Remember that? Oh, thinking about it. Oh, it's actually quite nice. You know the big mistake here. I don't want to put that lid back on this. Okay. Fuck. I'll have to find a secure little spot for my yogurt. Well, if you didn't know, this is Biofarm Astophilus yogurt, organic by the way. Good for your gut. I was probably wondering why there's this weird like off angle, like not centered. That's because I'm in the, you know, the sort of vertical line of thirds in the frame. Which I say that to sound creative, but really it's because of the chair holding up my other camera. This guy, and I didn't want it in the frame. But man, we're back here on my tiny chair with Benji, who might be out of frame for a lot of you, and it's a good day. This is a cool little chair. It's a gift by a couple of Irish gals that I met in Westport. That's pretty cool. It's got a little sign on the back of it there. I might show you this later. Anyway, we got to the point. Why are we here? Well, one, we might not even be here while you're seeing this because I'm not sure about the audio. I don't have like a portable recorder type thing, and so we're sort of relying on the GoPro audio. And yeah, it might be a bit of average with the wind. But today I want to talk about shoes. 1 shoe, 2 shoe, 3 shoe, 4 shoe. Anyway, my main shoe I want to talk about today is this Vivobarefoot Forest ESC. Pretty flexible shoe, like pretty, oh don't get caught in the lace, pretty amazing. And this sole, this Michelin rubber, is pretty gnarly. I've given them a bit of a thrashing in the short time I've had them, and love them to bits. Vivobarefoot, if you don't know anything about the company, is a very cool company. Check out their website and all their values. They're real open about their values and what they're about. And so one thing I'm super excited about is for when they finally bring their recycling kind of initiative to New Zealand, where your old Vivobarefoots can go back to them, get refurbished, and or they on-sell them if you're not using them anymore. So just kind of trying to reduce their footprint and, you know, promote sustainability, which is really, really cool. This shoe itself, so they've teamed up with Michelin for this meaty as like 4-wheel drive type tread here, cowhide on top, and then they've got this sort of synthetic fabric around the around just sort of heel and ankle, which acts a bit more like a sock. And we have like this insole in there as well, which you could not take out. Massive toe box. Yeah, that's basically the gist of the shoe. What is it good for? It's good for everything really. I had done some winter missions with it, and your feet stay warm. Like the leather is pretty insulative. Of course, where it's synthetic, it's not waterproof at all. It's not even, I wouldn't say water resistant. It's just, if that gets wet, your old sock's gonna get wet. The lacing system is not that good. It's also, for me, in a funny place. If you crank it up tight because you like a really snug fit, it puts a lot of pressure on the front of your ankle there. And are you alright? What are you up to? Can we chew that later? No, we have to chew it right now. Anyway, where was I? Lacing system, pressure. Leave it. Yeah, can we leave it? lacing system, if you're still with me. Yeah, puts pressure on the ankle. And the laces themselves, like always, like double bow your tie there, but they do slip still. I don't know why. I first saw these and they've got this like really ribbed kind of twisted texture. I'm like, oh sick, that's gonna hold on real tight. Nah, it doesn't. It does not. So the lacing system, yeah, if you go out, you'll tie them up nice and snug, and you'll get like, you know, a few K into your walk and have to do them again, and then they seem to hold steady. I don't know what that's about. Just obviously perhaps it's to do with all the movement. Like the shoe is so flexible that it takes a little bit of walking for the rest of the lace system to like kind of mold into your foot a little bit. Yeah, my thoughts on wear, really good. My first like decent like few days in these was actually around Aoraki, and we were rock hopping, and this was some scree stuff, like really gnarly stuff for your shoes. Like if they're gonna fall apart, they're gonna fall apart when you're jumping around rocks and scree and stuff. And yeah, they held together mean. Since then, yeah, lots of stuff in the tararuas where they're gonna get wet, they're gonna get muddy, and you're gonna twist ankles all the time, and they've just been mean. Low stack height, obviously, amazing mobility, you've got great feel for the ground. This Michelin outsole is just, yeah, it's just four-wheel drive traction, man. Like holy, holds on to everything. Love it. That's my quick review on the shoe. Is there much? Can you Benji, leave it? Lie down and leave it. Thank you. Yeah. Let me put you in the naughty corner. I don't think there's much more else to say about this shoe. I'd 100% buy it again. Would I? No. Retract that right away. Why I would not buy this again? Okay, I would buy the different model. I forget the name of the other model, but there's this shoe in the same one. It's got a higher ankle and it's completely full leather. It doesn't have any of the synthetic stuff, so it won't have as nice a feel and snug comfort around your ankle, but it'll have higher waterproofing. So you can walk through a creek up to your, you know, malleoli here, the bony part of your ankle, and you're not going to get wet socks for the day. So that'd be nice. Yeah, that's why I wouldn't buy the shoe. The lacing system is like enough of a pain to like be noteworthy, but isn't enough of a pain that I wouldn't buy again. I wouldn't buy again. Okay, that is the Vivobarefoot Forest ESC. They've got a few more models out now. I'm not super up to date with their website, but my thoughts, yeah, I'd buy it. If you want to know more about the specs, then obviously you check out the website. You're not here to like for specs really, because there's enough people to tell you about the specs. All you want to know is that, does it perform well? Yeah, it performs pretty mean. Does it wear well? Yeah, it wears mean. I've given these things hell. I've had them since the beginning of the year, and yeah, they haven't died yet. So wear good, feels good. If you're not a barefoot person, it's gonna be a bit harder underneath your feet, right? Because there's not as much cushioning. But I mean, you gain so much more dexterity. So my big vote for it. I haven't found my feet getting too hot. I know Chase Mountains had a review on this, and he was worried about this not being a nice shoe in summer because for heat. But it's not really been a problem for me. Maybe other people worth considering, but I mean, it's not really a priority for me. I haven't really had too much issues with getting hot feet in terms of warmth. Not talking about blisters. Never had a blister in them, so I haven't had any hot spots or rubs. The insole is, yeah, it's nice and smooth, and it all works nicely. Yeah, that is the Vivobarefoot Forest ESC. Now I do have another shoe here, and you're like, man, Nike, whoa, sweatshops, what's he up to? Nah, this shoe my friends have heard a lot about because I hate it so goddamn much. My very first run in these, yeah, grade 2 tear in my ankle because I was running at night with a poor headlight. I can't blame the shoes for that, but yeah, they just didn't have a good relationship from the get-go. I will give these shoes 2 massive pros. The lacing system works well, it's nice, it's snug, and it holds. I haven't been able to kill them yet. The most wear I've had out of them is a little bit of perishing in the in this outer fabric. There's like 2 sort of layers of fabric here. You can see this little sort of, just where a lot of shoes wear, where you're sort of turning, or your sort of feet are, goodness gracious, where your toes are flexing and extending. And yeah, that's it. And I've just tried everything I can to destroy these shoes. I've worn them everywhere, done everything in them because I just wanted an excuse. The sooner I can wear these out, the sooner I can buy some new shoes for myself, and I just wasn't able to do it yet. I don't wear these anymore. They're literally collecting dust on the shelf. I might wear them just around home real quickly if I need to, but I'd rather wear bare feet. Big stack height. Big stack height. So once you go over, you do end up going all the way over. There's this weird kind of splay in the outer sole, where the inner sole sort of like not inner sole, but like the inside of the shoe is actually like more narrow. And so once you sort of go over that tipping point, she just rolls all the way over. It's quite gnarly. Do not like that about the shoe. It's comfy enough to have your foot in, but yeah. The worst part about this shoe is the outer sole. Like, man, this thing is like made for pavements. Like, it's just a waste of time. This is not a trail shoe. Have I even said the name of this shoe? This is the Nike Pegasus Trail 2, by the way. It's got this weird like loop on the back to help flip it up on your heel, like to pull them on. It's actually a waste of time because it's not long enough. So I don't think that's actually very effective. It's just like a nice little name tag. Nike Trail Pegasus. Bit of a letdown. I was really hoping this shoe to be just a trail version of their road Pegasus, but it was really different. I think the newer versions are much more like their road shoe. But if you're going to be in stuff which is potentially slippery, this is not the shoe for you. If you're running limestone trails and there's nothing more gnarly than some steps, this is probably the shoe for you. Or even just winter running in the wet. It's probably a little better than sort of road flats. Yeah, that's basically my review for these shoes. Yeah, I would not buy these again. Hence why they collect dust on my shelf and why I've been trying to destroy them. But man, these are just well put together. Give it credit to that. Didn't really want to give it any credit, but I have to. The tongue system's quite nice too. I could probably start finding some things I do like about this shoe, but yeah, nah. When in terms of practicality, not a good shoe. This guy here is my go-to. I'm debating whether I take this away next year. My dog is having a field day. Take away this next year for our big expedition, or I'm currently just having a hoon around in a Border 002, which for any of you guys know, give it a Google. Pretty exciting shoe actually. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I like this shoe for its mobility, its dexterity, which it surpasses anything else really. Good for all environments. Where you wouldn't want this shoe basically is alpine stuff where it's snowy and icy. When I was up at Powell Hut the other day, it was pretty icy, and yeah, you just kind of skate down because you really need spikes, just some micro spikes or something like that. Yeah. Anything else to note about this shoe? I love it. Would buy again. Recommend. If you're thinking about it and you're like, man, it's so pricey though, you're like, yeah, well, it's probably worth it. I think he's off finding rabbits and dogs, that is. I was hoping there might be a little more to talk about, but maybe not. Yeah. Go see what Benji thinks, eh? I think this is too. That wasn't very well thought through, was it? Hey bud, what are you up to? Could you please give us your opinion on this shoe? Wag at the tail. What about your opinions of this shoe? Not interested at all. Well, there you go folks. Vivobarefoot Forest ESC. That's the one to buy.